Hey everybody, this is Curtis from PSN Stores. Today we are looking at Apotheon. This game is available for free as a PlayStation Plus title on PS4 as of today. I've played the opening. I have just gotten to the point where I'm at the Olympian gates. So if you don't know what Apotheon is, obviously it is the first thing that you're going to notice is it has a really cool kind of art style similar to like Greek pottery. It is a side-scrolling kind of action platformer. There seems to be, as far as the level design is concerned, kind of a Metroidvania kind of design aesthetic that it's got going on. The combat is actually pretty cool, and we'll probably show it pretty soon. There's not really like combos or things like that you're going to do. You're picking up different weapons, so you see here I've got, like, you know, I've got spears, I've got swords, I've got this, like, fork, I've got a club, I've got knives, and I got, you know, fist. And I'm picking up multiple of these because they do break. So, you know, this one breaks, I'll have more that I can use. I have javelins, I have hatchets, I've got arrows. And I've got, like, these little fire bombs. There's some potions. So you have, like, your melee stuff. But then, you know, you can throw these, and I can use the right analog stick to kind of aim. And I've also got my shield I can use, or I can switch between shield, and I have like a torch for if I'm in like a darker area. Okay, so this is actually the first time I've gotten to a place that will let me choose difficulty. So I can switch to champion. Getting hit will interrupt your attacks. Enemies deal 50% more damage. They have more health, and they have a faster attack. Or I can stay on warrior difficulty. We'll stay there for now. You notice at the bottom I have my health. The blue meter is like my my shield. So we're just gonna go. So the combat is very much about your positioning and where you are in relation to whoever you're fighting. So having higher ground might lead to an advantage, things like that. So it's a very simple combat system, but it's all about, you have to think about your positioning. So far, it's been pretty simple, so I imagine as you progress, it'll get a lot more complicated as far as keeping in mind where you are positioned and things like that. But let's see. So Altar of Zephyr. God of the West Wind can be called upon to carry the deities of Olympus from one area to another. Okay, so there's your fast travel. So the story in this game...
Once the mortal issue has been resolved, you will all be free to return to the earth. As guests of Zeus's hospitality, strict adherence to his laws is expected. Violence and theft will be met with the wrath of Olympus.
Right, so this game has full voice acting. But the story here is actually... There's a lot of similarities. You're probably, you know, if you played God of War, there's some similarities there, as far as the premise is concerned. This guy you're playing as, he's not super angry and mad. He seems to be kind of your silent hero, but, essentially, Zeus has turned his back on humanity. Your village has... what was quickly, like, at the beginning of the game, your village is under attack, so you kind of start out, you have to kind of save the village, you know, run the intruders off, and then you meet up with Hera, who tells you that, hey, Zeus he's betrayed you, he has turned his back on you, and now you are left with two choices. You can, if you want, you can stay here and watch your world just burn, or you can you can ascend Mount Olympus, and you can take on Zeus. And so that is kind of where we are at right now. You can actually, so if I hit the touchpad, this is kind of your local map. I can click on the right analog stick and kind of, go around here. But then you also have your world map. So this is gonna, kind of showing you where things are located. So start out Olympian Gate. I think we just kind of walk through Agora. So I think we might be heading probably somewhere over here. Or we might still be here. I don't know. So these are probably going to be your different locations. You can see if I hover over them, it shows some powers that you might get. Looks like it shows some collectibles as well. So there's crafting. So far I only have 2 recipes that I found. But so like the Nectar of Healing requires 2 of these leaves. I've got 3 of them, so I would make 1, but I already am holding 10. And then the Greek Fire, I can go ahead and make 2 of those. So I haven't found any other recipes just yet, but that is there. Just kind of a view of my inventory. So these are my weapons, my ranged weapons, these bombs I got, my healing items. It shows how much money I have. Shows my shield. Shows my different armor types that you can. It seems like you start out with these pieces of armor, and then you'll be able to upgrade them. So it shows like arms level 2 because I found an upgrade earlier. So things like that. So we're just gonna start playing and see where things take us.
Split the heavens from the earth, mortals from gods. Even if I were to break the edict of Zeus, I only hold half the solution. My powers lie in the ripening of things already set in motion. The power of new life, of spring, I gave to my precious daughter Persephone. She reigns far below, with Hades, lord of the dead. There she will stay, as Zeus commands. The sweet touch of spring will never bless the soil again.
All right. You do have a dodge roll you can use too. So what's happening here is actually pretty similar to how the opening was. Is like, it just gave you, 4 or 5 different objectives, and then you have these arrows kind of pointing in that direction, and you can just kind of do them in whatever order you'd like. So actually, we're just gonna go ahead and descend into Hades, because that might actually take us into like maybe some interesting areas here.
We'll be back on Earth before you know it. Then it'll be just like that.
Seems like maybe I have to go around. Enter the sewers. Alright. Hopefully we'll start getting into some combat pretty soon. So, I picked up this torch, like, quite a while ago. I'm not sure if it's gonna be something that, like, will run out over time. It doesn't appear like that's the case. Oh, here we go. Oh. Alright, luckily he's not dealing a whole lot of damage right now. Got him. Let's go back to the spear. So I guess that kind of gives you a decent glimpse of how the combat kind of plays out. It's very you got to think about it. You know, you got to think about what you're doing. You need, you know, you have that shield for a reason, to block attacks if you need to. You have a few different ways that you can go about things. Like there was one, I guess like the boss battle really, from the opening. It was pretty cool because it was like I kept my distance and I kept my shield up and I had the javelins that I would throw and I would try, like he had a shield too, but you could aim it so that you could like go just above where the shield was blocking and it would hit his head and that would deal like a pretty good amount of damage.
This? A live one, hmm? You want to cross the Stygian River, you pay old man Karen. Once across, don't expect to ride my boat back again. Not my place to pass judgment, only to get you to the other shore. Terrible things happening up above. The dead wash down like water to the river. Only some got coins to cross, though. The rest just have to wait.
All right.
Few living feet have stood on Charon's ferry, although all have sought favors from the master of the dead. You are the same as they, I guess. Lord Hades will welcome any audience, living or not, but first you must reach the gates of his house. River Styx, with hatred of wrongs, you have me to thank for your crossing. Lethe, with forever sleeping oblivion. Acheron, with the agony of loss. Cocytus, with the wailing of tears. And Phlegathon, with flames of the pyre. Cross the 5 rivers of Hades, cross the facets of death. I don't expect to see you return to flesh and blood, but seeing the spark of life again brings some color to this gray old land.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, like, This game, just the Greek pottery kind of aesthetic that they're going for works really well. Like it looks really nice. Oh. I'll show like somehow how some of the other weapons kind of work. Let's get the sword out. I've noticed also, so like my health is the red bar, it's at 100, and then your armor is at 40 right now. If you can pick up like drops that'll give you that'll heal you or give you more strength or a shield. Like they'll actually go over the cap, and when they do so, like you know, again, let's say you know your health is at 100 right now. If you pick up one that brings you at like 120, like it'll actually go to 120, but then it will like slowly decline until it hits 100 again. I'm not sure I can actually kill these guys for good. Let's get the club out. As you see, I picked up like a ton of armor there, and it's at like 80 out of 40 right now. Oh man. Got a new sword. Five Olympian darts. Okay. quite there yet. There we go. These doors take a long time to open too. Oh, we're getting close. Nice. Alright, so that's one of the rivers crossed. We'll go for a little bit longer. This game seems like it could be really cool. I know I'm still in the beginning. And it seems like this heroic sword, it might not actually break, because I don't really see a meter under it. Alright, so I can upgrade my leather tunic to level 2. Nice. Oh, never mind, it did break. Or... yeah. It does seem like, for the most part, the structure is, like, here is one big area. In this area, there's going to be, like, a handful of objectives you need. Each objective is going to be, like, oh, here's another area that you need to go through and complete some sort of, thing. Some sort of objective request. And then once you do that, you go back to the big main area, then you can proceed to whatever else you need to do. Let's see. Let's see. Let's try these blast arrows to see how they work. Oh no. Oh, get out of that water. Crap. Wow, that sucked. Once I fell in, I could not get back out. Huh. Okay. There we go. Okay. It's getting a little worried there. Ugh. Yeah, so having the higher ground here definitely helps out a bit. That guy just keeps... There we go. That was a little rough. Okay, we're probably gonna end it there though. So that is that's Apotheon. This game seems really cool, or at least it has the potential to be pretty cool here. Still very early on, of course. This is probably maybe a little over an hour into the game at this point. But once you get through the opening, it does seem like it kind of lets you go wherever. You know, it gives you a few different options. So I don't know if Hades is necessarily the first place you're gonna go. You might be able to go to like Artemis or Apollo, maybe. I guess we'll see, but yeah, like you see here, like I still have 3 other objectives here to do. And it looks like 2 of them would lead me to 2 other areas, so it seems like it's pretty open-ended in where, like, you know, where you can go in what order. Definitely, you know, kind of the Metroid vibe as far as level design is concerned. Or at least how open it is. I haven't really seen a lot of, I mean, I'm still very early, so I don't know if there's going to be a lot of, like, here's a locked door that you need a certain ability to get past or whatever. There are locked doors, but I've gotten, like, I picked up, like, a handful of lockpicks to do that, so we'll see. But that is Apotheon. Again, it is available for free if you are a PlayStation Plus member. If you are not a PlayStation Plus member, I believe it's $15. It is only available on PS4. I think that's it. Brad's going to review this game, so hopefully we'll have a review up, you know, closer to the end of the week. But I know we'll both be playing it, so we'll probably talk about it a little bit more on the podcast. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.